Hi, everybody. Welcome, and welcome to Deborah. Welcome back, Deborah. It's so nice to
Thank you
see
so
you
much
again.
for having me.
Of
I just
course,
love it
it's
now.
wonderful. Yeah. So I had
Everybody's
to ask,
excited about where you're going.
I know it, and I had to ask Deborah again because I kind of made up this whole spiritual slingshot thing, and then I couldn't remember what exactly we were going to do. I did my taxes today, and my mind is on that. So anyway, yes, we're going to talk about intuition. We're going to talk about, ways to learn how to use numbers because Deborah does a lot of numerology, oracle cards. We'll answer
Mhm.
questions and just have a good old time together. And we'll be moving back and forth each time we meet on each other's channel. We'll probably come on twice a month again, something like that. So,
That'd
yeah.
be good.
So we'll do that today.
Great.
And I have to say that somebody said that Mike Johnson last night looked like Alfred E. Newman. And that's what I said to my husband.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that a hoot? That's a hoot. And
Did
it
you?
is. Yeah.
And you noticed he was clapping under the under the table. He was clapping.
He didn't know what to do at all.
I
He
know.
really didn't. And of course, you look at his face and you could read what he was thinking about things, rolling his eyes and doing all that stuff. But it was, yeah, I think it was a beautiful, beautiful, strong, uh,
Yes.
yeah, it really was. And one of the things I didn't quite catch that I caught after just today was when Joe walked in, he took his time getting up to the front, but he
Yes.
saw Margie with her hat and everything, and he went like that, and he made such a funny face, and I didn't see him do that. It was a different camera angle that I saw when he first came in.
Oh
And
my God.
so I love that he did that. It was like he was
He's
playing with
not
her.
afraid. He is not afraid.
No,
I love
not at
that.
all. Not at all. And you can't say that the man can't stitch words together or hasn't got stamina. Standing up there doing that for
I
all that
know.
time. Yeah, yeah. It's
Well,
amazing.
that's his two life path. He's in a two
Uh-huh.
life path. And so that's what made me nervous. I've said this before. That's what made me nervous about him winning, being
Yep.
on the ballot, because it's two life paths can be very kind, very
Too kind.
empathetic.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
sacrifice themselves for others,
Okay.
which makes a really awesome person. But
Yes.
I need a fighter in the White House. And he
Right.
has become that. He has mastered his number for sure.
He has. He
For
definitely
sure.
has.
Yeah.
Um, and I was telling Deborah behind stage that I had put some kind of a comment in on it, an Instagram post about Joe because no one really ever gives him enough credit. And I got lots of opinions from lots of young people that I'm a boomer and I don't matter. So whatever I say, just pass me by, you know. And it's okay because I'm strong enough that these people they think they can hurt you with their words, but
Mhm.
they're totally clueless. They just come at you with barbed wire, no matter what
Mhm.
it is that you say. And everything is you're a Karen and all this other stuff. And of course, a lot of people aren't happy about the situation in Gaza.
Yeah.
And yeah. So and I understand that. And apparently, yes, he was hot mic'd last night after he got done.
Yeah.
And he was saying, I need to have a come to Jesus talk with BB. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I love that he's going to hopefully help them out, the Gazans, with their food, but it's going to take a long
Mhm.
time. And I think that's what a lot of people are unhappy about. So
Well, the whole thing about how much we can do, because it's their country,
I
we're
know.
just, we supported a confident and competent
Yeah.
government for a long time until Bibi, our friend
Right.
Bibi, kind of went the way of the Trump.
Yeah.
So, but he's that whole single state, I'm your boss, but I won't give you anything kind of thing for Netanyahu. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's
Yeah.
been that way for
A
generations. And
well, yeah. I was talking to my friend that we went to Florida a number of years ago when we were swimming in a swimming pool laughing about his name, Netanyahu. That
yeah,
was in 1986. That's how long he's been like prime minister back and forth. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean, I mean, I know
I
Joe's
think
been in politics a long time, but not as long as Bibi and what he's been doing anyway. So,
I think I think that saying about when you have power, then you will grow
yeah,
into that power and then abuse that power. I
could
forget the
be.
saying, but you know what I mean. And it's
Yeah.
just becomes
Yep.
addicting.
It does. You're
Oh,
absolutely right. It does. Yep.
mhm.
So it is International Women's Day. Thank you, Mary Thornberry. Leaders, thinkers, caregivers, and dreamers, happy International Women's Day. May you continue to inspire, innovate, and influence the world around you. Beautiful.
Oh, Mary,
Very nice,
that
Mary. Thank you,
that
dear.
is
And
wonderful. Thank
after watching Senator Britt last night in her kitchen,
you.
which was a
With her son,
honestly, it's like I know it, and she got really mad, and I thought, oh, this
I'm
is
getting
just
mad.
too much. This is too
I'm
much
going to
for
get
me.
mad now.
I know it. Deborah Proxy Roxy said it was so great on the State
And
of the
so,
Union. The justice just wait until women vote their rights back in November. It's fitting. Yep. I loved he called them out. I absolutely love it. But did you know Thomas and Alito weren't there?
yeah, but
I
they're
don't know.
here. They heard about it.
They heard it.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure they did.
everyone sent it to them.
I'm sure
So,
because those two are, I know. Yeah. Hi, Christine. How are you, dear? It's nice to see you. And thank you all for making us laugh about Mike Johnson, aka Alfred E. Newman. And Seascape, very good. It's nice to see you too.
yes, we're talking about our favorite
Yes.
president. Yeah.
And he did look, I saw a picture of him when he was younger with his adopted foster son that is
Oh, yeah.
African American. He's an African
Uh-huh.
American. And Mikey was 25 and this kid was like 17. And he still looks like that. Mikey still looks like he's about 25 years old, except he's got some gray in his hair now. So that was interesting.
Good.
Yeah. We got Janet and we got Amanda's here. And
Hi,
yeah,
it's good
welcome,
to
welcome.
see
And
everybody.
Andy Carroll, I hope you end up having a job. I'm sorry you didn't get the job working with kids, but you know why I bet you didn't? Because you can't bring Jack, and Jack it needs to be with you. So her dog Jack. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is Hypnicity. And let's see who else.
Linwood, Washington. Hello.
Yeah,
I was
she is.
neighbors with
She's
you.
from Linwood. Yeah. Hi, Ness. Hi, Pierrette. Hello, Craig. Oh yeah, Ness found out she's a Life Path 33 when you were with Marina the other day. That's a pretty cool one, isn't it?
Well, Zelensky is a
Oh,
33. Navalny is a 33. Mike
wow.
Lindell is a 33.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they're given a little bit more promise. They feel a little bit more under the gun. And I
Yeah.
explained like Mike Lindell when he was just down in his luck, and then all of a sudden the sky's open and he's on top of his game again. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true.
it's intense.
That's very true.
It's intense. She just said that. Yes,
Yeah.
Ness.
And there's
Hi,
Linda.
Linda.
Yeah. And Arlene, I'm sorry those the notices aren't coming up. There's been a lot of wonky things going on with YouTube that way this week. You were standing up, Linda, clapping as well. Good for you, girl. I probably would have saved a lot of I would have lost a lot of pounds if I'd just done the very same. And hello, M. Steve.
Hi.
And nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
Yeah, the right-wing reaction is a meltdown. I know it. That's so true. Oh my God, that's funny. Glow, I'm glad you're here. And Linda Bishop, you wanted President Biden to put his sunglasses on. Now that would have been good. That would have been a lot of fun.
Yes.
A lot of fun. Yeah. You're afraid to do your taxes? I have to tell you this. Did you know that, and everybody said it on another show, that Trump did a whole bunch of tax cuts for the middle class, and everybody just gets one deduction, and if you don't have enough on there, then oh well. And I put in my itemized deductions, and it won't give me any more than the standard deduction, so I don't really
Yeah,
understand.
but you know who will get blamed for that
Oh, of
is
course.
this current president. But this is
Mhm.
what we need to say is, are you having trouble with your taxes, not getting enough back? Thank you, Trump. We just have
Yeah.
to keep saying
Yeah,
it.
we have to keep reminding him. Yeah. Yep, that's true. Debbie Kane, your speech had you glued? Good. Yes, that hot mic moment was good. And hello, Carolyn. And hello to Lucretia Mott, who is Carolyn's fourth grandmother. That's nice. The Senate bill did not pass. For what, Arlene? I'm sorry. For the tax cuts? Okay. All right. Let's see. Mary's here. Oh, what about the Shikos family? Anybody wants to follow this really wonderful family that live in Russia?
Mhm.
Shikos family that's the name of the channel, and they have like, I don't know, 50 or 60,000 people, and he just does videos around Russia and talks about his
Is
child
it
and so.
called In Russia? Inside
Nope,
Russia? Is that
nope, it's called the
there's
Shikos
another
family.
guy?
Yeah, and he he learned English watching American movies.
Right on.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah, yeah.
I have, excuse me, everyone. I have an elderly neighbor
Mhm.
that has just called me. I just need
Okay,
to check this. And
okay, you go ahead.
sorry for the.
No, it's okay, Deborah.
Hold on.
Yep, we'll see you in a few minutes. Hi, Rhonda. I didn't know you were in Olympia. I'm in Kent. It's nice to know that. Um, yep. You expect that from a fourth grader on Instagram. Yeah. Mill Creek. Yep. Different Russia is a good channel. Okay. He calls his yes, he does. He calls his viewers adorables. Hello, adorables. How are you today? Yeah, he's very, very cool. Okay. So I do see that some of you have put up some questions, and Deborah and I will get to it. And I'm going to talk while she's busy about oracle cards for a few minutes, because I think that everybody needs to feel fairly empowered by using oracle cards. And if you never have, learning the tarot may be a bit difficult or a challenge for some of you, but using oracle cards really are a good way of getting started. And then if you're interested in the tarot, which actually Deborah has a beautiful deck that she co-did with another gal. Hi, Sin. Then you can, branch out and feel comfortable. It is very hard to read for yourself. Do you find that to be true as well, Deborah? That it's hard,
You know, yes,
yeah.
I do, but you have to frame it better, and
Okay.
you have to there is a protocol for everything, and I share that in the books and stuff like that, and my
Mhm.
memberships. Um, as long as you have a philosophy, not
Mhm.
mine, not yours, it's your own that you
Yep.
develop, and then
Yep.
you stick with a protocol, which basically is a list of things just to get into the room of knowing. You're going to be fine. But your
Yeah.
perspective, if you do your own reading and you're in a bad mood, right, and it says, oh, the sun comes out and everything, you're not going to believe it. Oh, I'm not going to
No.
believe that. I'm never.
Yeah.
But then if you get it bad and you think, oh, the sky is
Yeah.
falling, so
Sky is
call one
falling.
of
That's
us.
right. Yeah, it's like when you know that there are certain cards that they go together, and you're like, I don't really want to get a bad reading today. You're absolutely right, but I will pull them um, sometimes for myself, just for the message of the day, that kind of thing. Sometimes I'll journal about them, and do other things that will bring me more knowing about those particular things.
I've got a little something you could do.
Okay.
So if you want tarot to be a message of the day, what you would do is just turn one card over.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter what card it is.
Yeah.
Not a major card. Well, I'll get into that later if you want, but this is Pentacles.
Uh-huh.
Spirit wants to talk to me about my possessions and
And money.
investments.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next card starts your reading.
Mm-hmm.
And then you usually about 4 or 5 cards down there will tell you that on that topic. If it's cups, it'll be talk about your emotions. Swords will be your thoughts. So
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and evidence.
No, that's a great hack, I want to say. Yeah. So that's exactly what we want. What we want to do here is empower you to feel as though you can make your own way when you can't be on here with us, or if you're having a day where you would love a reading, but there's no show or there's some other reason why you can't come on to the other thing I want to tell you is, and you can do this with any book at all. But I found this book, the Book of Answers. You can just open the book up and it will give you your answer. It's got your answers in it. So if I wanted to say, all right, let me, I see Sharon O'Brien here. So I'm just putting this up. And so if she wanted a reading, and she's actually put her numerology up for you. But if I wanted, all right, so I want a message for Sharon O'Brien out of this book. And so what I get is, perhaps when you're older. So cool. You're not too old, Sharon. That's what it's saying for sure. But you know what I really like about it is that you can do this with any book. You can get a message out of any book. What you'll do is you'll say, for instance, I'm going to look at page 59 and I'm going to look at, the 7th line down, and I'm going to see what that message is and see if that makes any sense to me. That can happen. That can work for you. Okay. You have it, Sin? Okay.
Yeah, I have a little something for her. Now, in your lifetime, your lessons were to be patient with others and not be so stuck in your ways that you can't be flexible. But if you master that, which I'm sure you have by now, your life is will go beautifully. Basically, it's all your 42-6 life path. So once you master that stubbornness and the desire to tell people that you're right all the time, I do it too. But then you have a gift of bringing things in together that's real symmetrical and beautiful and all that. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. So that's Sharon that you're reading. You're reading for her.
That's Sharon.
Right. Yeah. Wow. That's wonderful. Yeah. Oh, it's bibliomancy. Yes. That's exactly what it is. Yes.
It's
that's wonderful. Amanda says it's bibliomancy. In other words, it's using a book as a divination. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
And you can do it with any book. You can do it with any book. Yeah.
Is anybody here wanting to develop their intuition? Do you want things like that going on for today?
We can talk
about that. Is that our new thing?
That's our new thing. Yeah. I'm going to finish the reading up here, Sharon, that says, wise counsel, seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along in order to get advice. So
wise counsel, that's pretty.
It's a lovely, lovely card. But yeah. All right. Hi, Gigi. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Everybody's starting to put up stuff. Hold on. I want to make sure that hi, Pearl. I have yours. Sin, I have yours. Pierrette, Seascape, Jen Bowles. Let me go back to the beginning, though. There were some folks that had, if you were going to do a reading for Ness as a 33, but it would be a different reading this year because it isn't a 33 year. You'd have
no. 33 is a life path.
Okay. Do you add the year to that, or you have to?
No. To figure out your personal year, it goes in 9-year cycles. You would just take your month of birth and your day of birth and add 8 for 2024.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what you do. Figure out what the blessings and challenges are for this year.
I bet I don't even have to look it up. I can figure it out all by myself. The
I'm not
month,
good.
the
The
month and
month?
the year. Yeah. And the
No,
year.
no, the month
No.
and the day,
Oh, and the date. Plus
month
8.
and day, and then
Yeah.
2024,
Which is
basically.
8.
Instead
Yeah.
of your year of birth, you put in 2024. And that, so what?
Oh, mine's a 1. Okay.
Thank goodness. See, that's the thing. A 1, well, a 1 is good. It's if you drag something negative from the night from last year into something you should have given up, kind of thing, and bring it into
Okay.
the one
Yep.
personal year, it kind of clips your wings a bit. But Ness, let
Mhm.
me just pull some cards here. You know what's interesting is that I have all major cards here to start out with. Very interesting for your general reading, energy for 7
Mhm.
days. So it looks like you're going to, this is exciting. You're going to
Okay.
get information about the traditional things, traditional money, traditional thinking, traditional whatever, and you're going to
Mhm.
lose patience with that. But you know what's going to be cool is that you're going to speak up, and but it's not like in anger. You will have an opportunity to speak up with this perfect kindness,
Uh-huh.
and you
Uh-huh.
take patience with that. So congratulations, this is going to be fun. Tell us about it
Wow.
when it
Yeah,
happens.
that's awesome. All right. I'm going to just pull an energy card for you here because we got a lot of people asking questions. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. Now that I like. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, big expansion, beautiful expansion for you. There you go. Um, Craig, a man found a Clara Bow film from 1923 called The Pill Pounder. It was located in a parking lot auction for just $20. Wow,
What
that's
was that?
nice.
Could you? What was that? I didn't
Craig,
find them.
Craig's guide is Clara Bow, and somebody found a film that she had made and for $20 in one of those parking lot, probably flea market places. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
that's
All right.
cool.
So McGrill did say, and others have said, yes, they want to know how to use their intuition more. So we'll do that. We'll get to
Okay.
yeah. Um. Oh, honey, hypnicity. This is what I want you to know. This IRS is doing tax forgiveness this year. Check into it. Check into it. They're actually allowing people to file to have their taxes paid off. So I don't know if that
That's
helps
the
you.
best message she could have asked for. Was that
That's right.
information?
I did. I saw that somewhere. I saw it. I know it, and it was this year. So you know how he's been giving away, or not giving away, but different perks, and the IRS is doing that this year. So check it out. Go into the IRS website and see what you need to do. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Good for you.
All right. Craig wants a general reading. All right. So before we do, Craig, we're going to talk a little bit about how to use your intuition and how to trust your intuition and not, what's the word I want to say? And not think, am I making this up?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So for me, it comes with remembering that we aren't going to be right, every time. What is it? 70% of the time is a pretty good average.
That's good.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So, and when it's us, we want to hope that we can certainly be have that come from what we believe is our intuition. But you can work with the pendulum. You can learn how to work with the pendulum, although some psychics will tell you that the pendulum can be manipulated. So it just depends on your feelings around it. For me, I put a lot of stock into messages that I receive that are either music or signs or something like that. If I get that, I feel the most comfortable with that. How about you, Deborah? How do you feel comfortable knowing that your intuition might be right?
I love this question because when you're doing a reading for someone else or declaring something you think is true,
Right.
but let me just to do it with, like, if you came to me, Craig, and you had a problem. I have this problem with connecting to my guides or something like that. I would do a card reading to figure out what the block was. So it's information for me as your advisor regarding your process.
Okay.
And so if then we do protocol and stuff like that. But the thing is that if everything stays the same, the most probable future will be the one I tell you it's going to
Correct.
be.
Right.
But however, just talking, just having a conversation with a friend, an advisor, it doesn't matter, and you shift perspectives, you get a new strategy. And
Absolutely.
so, and then you have a new course of action. Now, if change was easy, everyone would be the perfect weight with no wrinkles, right? But
Yeah.
it's not easy to do that.
Right.
So,
That's
but
right.
so just the words, it's magic. It's magic what
Yeah.
the words do to influence change. But I did look at the cards, and the first card I got, I said, what's going on with Craig? And the first card I get was the Seven of Cups, which is a very lofty card. It's really nice, but not all ideas are based in reality. And this is what we want to do to be comfortable and confident and accurate. We have to have our stuff based in reality. You have worried about it. I've got the Nine of Swords reversed, so it's not as bad. And you would like to start a new protocol. I do that. I say that because I have the Ace of Pentacles here. And what's interesting is that you're going from tradition into, oh gosh, if I came out of this closet, I'd be the laughing stock of my fill in the blank. So that's the one of the blocks and restrictions and stuff. But I will give you some advice on how to understand yourself. I want you to stop listening to see. My friend here, Aley, says it's music, it's in words. And I'm saying, try this. No music when you're driving. When you get in your car, you want to do something to develop your skill. You get in your car and you turn off all informational music and you drive. And you have in your imagination a conversation with spirit and ask them who wants to come into the passenger side, because it starts with your imagination and then it goes into connection.
Right.
So you don't want to do a whole psychic reading with your imagination, but this is the first step. And then you say, who are you? Are you a guide or a family member? Are you going to be my gatekeeper? A gatekeeper is when you only go to that person for information, especially if you're going into mediumship and you start to have a lot of spirits visiting. It's like chaos, right? So there's a whole bunch of different things, but you start a conversation. What's nice about the cards is that there's 78 new words of language for your guides. So if I shake your hand at a party and I get the magician, I know you're a shaker. In my mind, I don't have a card with me, but in my mind, and I've given permission for my higher chamber to give me that information, and I trust it. So that's the first thing. Now I'll see you here next time. You got to tell us what goes on, because it is really bizarre what happens. You get really close to God.
Well, the other thing that I just thought of when you were talking was this. You know how you're driving in your car and you don't have any music or whatever, you're just driving, and all of a sudden you're at home and you don't know how you got there, so to speak. Does that make sense? Like your time is just collapsed. I'm going to start asking what happened. I'm going to start asking who was with me. I'm going to start asking questions when I get home.
Right. So
Yeah.
the thing is that you have to be firm, because we're so anxious to see, oh, this sign means this, and you have this stuff. And don't read a book on it. This is what
Right.
you do. If you say, okay, I need to go home. Well, all right, I expect by the time I get home to know why you're sending me here. And then you stand in the middle of your home. But be firm. Has anyone yelled at God? That's how you yell. I happen to do that occasionally. But I at one point I said, I do not want to be a 50% accurate reader.
Sure.
Period.
Sure.
And so now it's, on one of my sites, it's 92% accuracy. Well, that's because I insisted upon it. This is what I want. You direct me there. So be firm. And I'm glad.
And remembering that it isn't you anyway, it's them, and you need them to be more in tune with you.
I'm doing my work.
That's
you
right.
Show up.
You show up. That's right. Because truthfully, we're not the ones. It's coming from them. And if we don't think it is, if we think it's us, then run away, please, because you don't want somebody like that reading for you, or you don't want to read for yourself that way. Yeah.
I want to add one more thing about this experiment. So if you're driving in your car, and the reason I say to do that is because your mind goes into, that space. And so it's just really good. The thing is that if perhaps all of a sudden you start feeling bad and gloomy and everything, that is because, just entertain the thought of this, that there's a bit of an energy or an entity. Some people say entity. I say energy, same thing. But that wanted to breathe next to you. And the only way they could breathe, because they're shut off from vital force energy, the only way they can breathe is to make sure you are at their same vibration. And so all of a sudden you remember something you regretted years ago saying. What's that doing in your head? Well, it's not your thought. Just entertain that thought, but it is not your thought, and then have something to say after that happens. My language is not in my house, and it gives me enough room to just clear the car and say, hell no.
So here's something else that I heard the other day, and I think it could be of great value. Have you ever felt when you're driving in your car that people don't see your car? They don't see you. In other words, you're invisible. You feel invisible. Well, my husband is still trying to figure out what's wrong with him. And one of the energy readers said to him, the reason the doctors can't find anything wrong with you is because they're operating from 3D, but you're not in 3D. And I thought, wow, that made a lot of sense to me. It's like, yeah. And so it's the same way when you're driving a car or you're walking somewhere and someone bashes into you. They don't see you there because your vibration is different, and they're not seeing that vibration.
And I can tell, when you are in the upper chambers, it does get nebulous. We were talking at the early part of this thing, when you get older, you become invisible. I'm kind of digging it. Actually, but it takes the pressure off sometimes. But the thing is that how I work is incredibly in the 3D. You come to me, I'm going to respect your spiritual development, but I'm going to tell you what's what and give you practical ways to go about town. But if you're if you're really in that high vibration, and sometimes you just get passed up. Passed up.
Well, I'm finding, we talked about it, but I'm finding that as a boomer in particular, but as an older person, younger people don't look at us anyway. And that's the way it's always been. I remember my mother saying that, it's like nobody sees you after you're a certain age. Even, what's her name? The actress, she's from Louisiana. I can't think of her name. Anyway, she's middle-aged now. And they only want to offer her mom roles. That she doesn't see anything else but a mom.
That is heartless occupation, though.
Yes, it
So
is.
I
Yeah.
do feel for her, but
Yeah. Yeah. I totally do. Yeah, I do. And that's the acting
I kind
thing.
of like it though. I do. I really kind of like it because
Okay.
people
Yeah.
assume things, and
Yeah.
if you don't see me, then I don't have to deal with them.
Yeah. That's right.
Yes, I'm a
So
bit worried.
don't
That's
worry, Craig, of what other people think about you, that you aren't a nut. And and I think it gets easier, at least for us women, it gets easier the older we are. I don't know about men because I haven't been a man, but it doesn't really matter. There are times you don't care, but you shouldn't worry anytime, really. And if you do worry, just don't offer your spiritual self. Just be transactional with somebody if you're not comfortable letting them know any more about you than that. So,
right,
um,
right. Craig, just go to my website and do the contact me thing, and
uh-huh.
so I can talk to you a little more about that.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. All right. So, uh, let's see, the next few months, you're concerned about some potholes that you might step into. How are the next few months with insurance and licensing? Okay, so you're asking money-wise, taking care of all the things you need to take care of, Steve. Okay, let's see what we can figure out for that.
Those potholes, if you can feel that they're coming, then you can offset them. Not to
Yep.
say you're not going to fall, but you're going to fall and not land hard.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So,
He spends an awful lot of time with his mom, who's in a nursing home, and he goes over and sees her, and so he's got himself pretty balanced out. All right, so let's see. Oh, I think this is funny. First of all, be peaceful with your situation. That's what it says. Don't stress over it. Know that you have these things coming up, and say, I have everything I need to do the things I want, and everything I want to do the things I need. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. All my needs are met. That's one thing. But look at this. Look what word comes up, Deborah. Intuition. Trust
ah,
yourself. You're being divinely guided, and everything will work out for you. So trust your divine guidance, Steve. Absolutely.
so I got the first several cards out were major cards, so that means that this is kind of a big life lesson. It's sort of a
Uh-huh.
highlighted. So potholes well is what I'm saying. But it also tells me that there is a bit of a delay on something. So that's some information, whatever you're thinking, that might be a pothole for you. But also
Mhm.
I've got the Queen of Pentacles, excuse me, yes, Pentacles reversed, saying to me that there's someone, a woman of means, or it could be a caregiver, or a boss, or not a caregiver, but it would be the institution where she's at, your mom
Mhm.
is at, or something, but it's female. And it looks like they are going to be a little huffy. And
Mm.
I don't know, we were talking about power earlier, you get all this power. I think she feels a little powerful and she wants
Oh.
to manipulate only because she's having a hard time. But so that is, if we hadn't talked today, it looks like you would be struggling with this little pothole for
Uh-huh.
about 60 days. I do 1 month increments. It could happen tomorrow. It could, because it's
Yep.
all flexible, right? But
Yep.
since we talked today, you're going to think, oh, and the last of it is the hanging man, which means, okay, I'm going to stop. Spirit is saying, please stop and
Yep.
look outside the box from a different perspective or a different way of speaking or something like that, because that is
Mhm.
going to get you really far. But there is something that you haven't given up,
Uh-huh.
that's still active. So maybe give up being defensive. Is it defensive and offensive, right? So you can be
Right. Uh-huh.
offensive
Yep.
about things and
Don't
just say,
engage with those who wanna disturb your
but if
peace,
they
maybe.
do come around, if this
Mhm.
little bitch, is that how bitch? If there's
Uh-huh.
a little bitch that comes over, just say, oh, there she is. That's all you
Yeah.
have to do. And that gives you, that
Uh-huh.
pulls you out of the victim.
Pulls you away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll be fine. Good on you,
Now,
baby.
see, this said you were divinely guided. You were divinely guided here, and this is your first
Yep.
encounter with Deborah. So there you go.
Thank
That's fabulous. That's
you.
wonderful. Thank you, Steve. All right, we have Miss Pearl would like a general reading. Okay.
Hi, Pearl.
Yeah. How you doing? Hi, Kiba. Hi, Kim. Hi, Fleck. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, what I think of you is none of your business. That's right, Hypnicity. I love that. Yes. All right, let's see what we can get for you, Pearl. I love that picture. Somewhere in the sunshine near the water.
Off sand.
Yes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So are you still mixing? I can start.
I'm still mixing. If you can go, if you want. Yep.
So there is someone, a man, wouldn't you know it? Either a peer of yours, a contemporary, that you're thinking more about than yourself, it looks like. And that I've got the, the chariot is reverse. It tells me that maybe you really have to control yourself.
Mhm.
It feels like there's an injustice, that I'm a victim. I've had to spend more money, or I had to spend more time or something. But I got to tell you, and isn't that neat that you get a psychic reading, right? So you can say, oh, I got to change this. I got to do this at the level of action. I got news for you. You're going to be fine. It's like using your intuition. In the next 30 days, it's going to move into this crescendo of all cool stuff. But
Cool.
how you do it at the level of action is to be a hermit. I've got the hermit here. So it's like, draw yourself in, even though Mr. Know-It-All needs dinner or whatever. I'm making that part up. I don't know if you're married,
Right.
but
yeah,
that's when you say, oh, there it is.
Yep.
That's what this is what's taking away from my peace. Call out to DoorDash. Forget it. Get your own beer. So start doing that at the level of action, and you'll just get there.
That's
Get to happen.
awesome. That's awesome. I get 3 cards that says you're going to reach your destination, and I think you will. And look what it is. It's like your castle. So your light is shining brightly, and it's okay if you sequester, as Deborah mentioned, because being a hermit is nothing wrong with that.
It's good.
You're going to overcome obstacles. It says you can overcome anything. It's like the sword and the stone. The right king pulls the sword out of the stone, and that's how he gets his kingdom. The last one is fellow travelers. So know that you're supported, really well supported by those that are also all around you. And I really love this because such a beautiful peacock. Oh my goodness. Stretch your stuff. There you go.
Stretch your stuff. Isn't that interesting? Because yours and mine are the same, right? Yeah. She's going to, without us, it's going to work.
She's going to go ahead of us, and then we'll catch up.
That's right. That's right.
That's awesome. Oh, thank you, Pearl. Yeah. All right. So we have Sin, and she says, any advice for a number 5 life path now in a 4 year?
Poor girl. It's not that the year is bad or set up to fail. It is not that. But your personality is all about, let's go to the movies. Maybe I'll travel to Europe. Maybe I want to try a new craft. It's just like you have the mind of, and if you're not enjoying that kind of jumping around, then you're not in alignment with your numbers. So, but that's how you are naturally. And a 4 personal year is all about chopping wood, carrying water. Everything that you created last year has to be tended to, and the thread has to be, through everything. And that's kind of boring for you. So what you can do with that to make it through a 4, just understand that whatever's in front of you is important. Even though you wish you were doing something else, it's important. And then you'll slow time down, because 5 life paths, they are quick. They're always going. So,
Wow. What is it you said?
so
Well, you got
that
chemo coming up. Okay. So yeah,
what's that?
she's got chemo coming up for her
Yeah,
stuff.
that stuff.
So
That
she's
kind of
feeling
stuff is
the
exactly it, protocol. You have to
protocol.
follow the rules and all that. So God bless you, by the way. I
Yes,
think you're
God
going
bless
to rise
you.
above this. It really feels like I've got the strength card for you. But exactly, know that it's important to do that. And in your imagination, practice tarot. It's
Yeah.
something you can do right there, and
Yeah.
you don't have to
Mhm.
express too much. But
You're
God
welcome.
bless you, dear.
Yeah. So what I have for you, Sin, is it's a slow climb, and you just told me why. You're
Yeah.
getting there one steady step at a time, and with a little bit of effort, it will be worth the work. So I
Yeah.
like the last part of this, and even though it is a slow climb, and that goes right along with what Deborah just said as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Same
Yep.
thing.
Strength
God
card
bless.
is your card. There you go, girl. Yeah. This is an interesting comment. Complete abandonment of everyone you believe in, you lose the willingness to see anything that's worth working for.
Oh,
Okay.
that's interesting. I
Yeah.
complete abandonment of everyone you believe in. You lose the willingness. I live a little bit differently. That's an interesting reverse
Mm-hmm.
images. I do live a little differently because I go with the philosophy that people love you till they don't, and that sounds like I'm hard on this, or I refuse to be in
Uh-huh.
love with someone or refuse to have a friendship with someone. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that at all. I go
Right.
ahead and walk into that friendship knowing that at any moment they might not
They might
care for
change
my
their mind.
wild ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Or I might offend them because I'm used to I do that. I offend people. But
Yeah.
so
Wow.
it's a new perspective,
It is a new
maybe.
perspective, and we all could use them. So, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. All right. So, Pirette's birthday is February 14th, 1961.
I just
And
had
she
that.
just lost her husband not too long ago. And so
Oh,
she's ready for some me time and she wonders when that might happen. So,
oh, I'm sorry for your loss, but
mm,
you are. Yeah, 24/6. The first one I did that was a 6 was a 4. Let's see, what was it? It's a 42/6. So it's interesting how they come around. So this is a time that you get to know who you are with all your life experiences, and now you're a sovereign.
mhm.
And as the world mirrors back who you are, you'll learn about yourself. And
There you go.
so,
Yeah.
but you are having, oh, I wanted to check on your personal year. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 2 plus 8. You're having a 6 personal year. You know what? You be easy on yourself, but you can create a wonderful spot for yourself here in the world.
Mhm.
And it's going to be beautiful and calm and happy. And if it's not beautiful, calm, and happy, trust that it's coming.
Yeah.
Trust that you're going to get there because you spent a lot of years with others, knowing yourself through another person, right?
There you go.
And
Yeah.
the
That's right.
person you are now as a single being is
Yeah.
pretty darn good,
It
really
is.
good.
And she's very gifted. She's very
I'm sure
spiritually gifted. Pierrette, I got an interesting card for you. It says fork in the road. And it
Hmm.
says, you are presented with two paths. One is safe and the other trusts in God. Are you a sheep or a shepherd? I've never got this card before, so I find it to be very interesting.
It
And of course,
is.
you can substitute the word God with the universe or spirit or whatever you want. But are you going to go along or are you going to make your own
Oh,
way? Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. You know what? Uh, that fork in the road might very well be your sensitivity to not criticism, but you know, when I said you're going to be your own person, and then life
Uh-huh.
is going to mirror back who you are. If
Yep.
you don't betray yourself at the first sign of trouble. If you make efforts and nobody smiles back or something, don't take it personally. Remember the 4 agreements
Yeah, 4
while you're
agreements.
going through
Yep.
this. And
Yep.
so that fork in the road is just a different perspective on that.
Different perspective.
Different
There you go.
strategy.
Yeah. And these are how you read your intuition as well, everybody.
Yes.
That isn't, if you're pulling if I pull this card for myself, I'm going to say to myself, what do I know about sheep and what do I know about shepherds?
Yeah.
And yeah, and that would give me the answer I needed to know. So thank you, Pirate. Seascape would just like a reading. And then I have Jen and Hypnicity. And
oh.
Hi, Kay. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
What a cool reading.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah, Seascape. What Spirit is telling me now is that it's been a little bit bumpy. On the outside, you're saying the 6 of Wands, which is, look, I'm proud of what I am and who I've done. It's not that kind of girl. But I know I'm proud of who I am, and I know who I am. But it feels like maybe in the past month or so, maybe 2 months, you are standing your position, holding your position with the 7 of Wands. And I'm thinking, oh, interesting. And I think it's going to disrupt. Okay, so people know you as a certain person, and then you're gonna just be brave, sweetheart. Just be brave and let them figure out what this new person is, because that's the one thing about relationships. Sometimes we get into them and say, I don't know if I want to commit because I still want to be someone different. I might not like broccoli tomorrow.
That's
and I
right.
don't want somebody in my life to say, you've always liked broccoli, and I'm going to be offended if you don't like broccoli. Right? So but you're doing it because I got the 2 of Wands, which means looking at it. And I also have the coolest thing too, is the reversed 7 of Cups. Ooh. Upright means option. How can I please? What am I going to do? Not all of those are based in reality, because this is a very spiritual card, but not on the earth card. And it's reversed, saying, okay, I want business. I want to know exactly what to do and when you do it. But Wheel of Fortune is in your corner. So you're doing great. This is, again, another one that's doing quite nice.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I have here that you are going to go on a grand adventure. This may be what other people will judge you on. It says, take a risk and venture forward. So you may come up with an idea and people say, well, you never want to do that, or you don't want to go there, or they want to tell you what to do, but you are on the adventure. You're the one who decides. And it says, reflect and redirect your energy if you come to an impasse. If somebody's giving you a hard time about something, just reflect on what they have to say. Say, okay, I've considered what you said, but you know what? I made up my own mind. And because opening your heart to joy is what's coming for you. And look at that beautiful little fairy, opening to delight, joy and delight for you. So there you go.
That's awesome.
That is. All right. Oh, Hypnicity, your family doesn't know you're learning about woo-woo? Okay.
Stick with me. Stick with me, baby. We'll come out in a grand way.
That's
the best
right.
we can to do well.
And mine kind of just roll their eyes, and I don't care. All right. So Jen was born on 12/9/1971.
Right. This is fun, like bringing in spiritual work for the person.
Yeah.
This is great. Oh, wow. Cool life. Well, from where I'm sitting, it looks good. A
Uh-huh.
3 personal year is one of real creativity, laughter, spontaneous. Your wit is to die for. People are envious of that. If you're not feeling that, that means something happened in your life to kind of whip it out of you. But this is who you are at soul level. And you're having a 2 personal year, which means you have to communicate differently.
Hmm.
You, if you were a 4 life, we've had 4 life paths that, if you were a 4 life path, which is by the book, a quiet observer, and doesn't change easily, a 2 personal year is really hard because you have to find new ways to communicate. But for you, the 3 life path, easy peasy. This should be a good year for you, definitely.
There
But
you
if you're
go,
having
Jen.
trouble or be misunderstood, just say, "Oh, there it is," because
Uh-huh.
it's not about me.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. I have pulled a card for you, but I wanted to say hi to Dawn and hi
How you
to
doing?
Jen. Yes. Thanks for being here, ladies. So I have here for you, um, Jen, a new heights. It says to let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach for the sky. The potential for growth this year is very, very big. And it sounds like the numbers are in your favor too. So good for you. Enjoy, enjoy. I think it's going to be a year of learning more about yourself as well.
You're right. You're right, because of a 2 personal year for a 3 life path. You're always creative and all that stuff. What you're
Mhm.
going to do is find collaboration for
Mhm.
creativity, so you just blow up next year.
Wow. There you
So
go.
I think that might be the reason why you're
So you're
here.
getting launched. You're getting launched, Jen.
Yeah,
Enjoy
prepared.
it.
That'd be
Enjoy.
great.
Yes. All right. So hypnicity is 6/25, 1960. Wonders what that means for her intuition. Good question. I like that.
I love that
Yeah.
question. Let me see
Yeah.
how you hear spirit. Hmm. Okay, I got to start. So, my dear, you are an 2911 life path. You're the most intuitive person on the planet, one of the most intuitive people on the
Ah,
planet. And
okay.
so you get more information than the average person. So what if you're doing a reading for yourself and you get 3 cards or 5 cards on the table, and all of a sudden you get a pink Corvette and you see this dog over here, and you get all this information. It's that you have to be quite disciplined on what you're going to bring into and
Okay.
how you do that is to have a certain frame of reference that you always come back. That frame of reference doesn't have anything to do with dogs, so I'm going to exit that. That's what it means. And it's not like you're not getting enough information, you're getting too much information. So
Hmm.
I love this. All you have to do is, I got to get out of the habit of saying that because it's hard for some people. But what will serve you well is to understand what you're working on and don't let anything else come in. If something doesn't fit, like heck yeah, in this box, then it's just it's nothing. So
Hmm.
that's how you would use your intuition. God bless you.
She says
Are you working in the industry?
um, she
You said
isn't right now that I know of, but she's working on expanding her gifts in order to.
Mhm.
She said she has 3 mystic rectangles, whatever that means. Do you know what that means? I don't know what it means.
Well,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, she says that's why I'm exhausted.
Wow, that's an interesting story. I'm waiting to hear. The rectangles. I
Um,
don't. Now that would be working in the 6th dimension. That's about form. So
mhm.
you might want to pop in there, because we have the 5th dimension, which is love, and the gatekeepers for the 5th dimension is the Pleiades. So they are always with us. But then it
Yeah.
goes into, so the 9th dimension to me is just through uh, hand cloud is who I studied. The 9th dimension is time,
Uh-huh.
space, time travel. That the uh, eighth dimension is the room of knowing, the epiphanies. And then that moves down to sound, and that turns down to form, and that turns down to emotion. So you're working with form.
Working with it.
Sixth
That's
dimension.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So we have two more, and then I can't take any more because it's almost the hour's almost up, and Deb's got another show tonight, and so do I. So we're gonna go. McGrill is 225.72, and Jen Kubasik will read for you before we leave tonight. Yeah. Thank you.
And
Yes,
may I plug?
Go ahead.
May I plug my please like and subscribe.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Deb's channel. You can pull it up by pulling up her name, but it's also in my show notes, and she's right now streaming on her own channel as well.
Yeah.
And she has memberships. I have memberships. Yeah. So like and subscribe. We'd love that. And we're going to try to come on at least a couple times a month to work on your intuition. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. You ready? Nope.
Yep,
you shuffle it?
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. 28/1 life path. That is all about you like fresh new things. You're creative. You kind of are competing against yourself all the time. Your life lessons were all about, am I making enough money to show? I want to show that I've made enough money because that's the signature that I've done well. And I don't want to really work with people, but you've learned how to do that. You learned how to do that, right? Or you're learning. But a one life path is all about you're okay to be alone. Now, if you feel dependent or not okay to be alone, then you're not in alignment with others. There's something about collaboration and manifestation that isn't working for you. So I'll just give that to you. But you're in an 8 personal year. It's an 8 universal year. So you are manifesting. You have a 28 in your lineup. So the good news about that is you can create mad fast. The bad news is that you can create mad fast. So wherever you're in, just perpetuate. So be mindful of your train of thinking. Don't stay down the rabbit hole too long.
There you go. And I get for you, view from above, get the big picture. And maybe that's exactly what she's saying. In other words, don't do it so fast that you're not getting the whole picture. So that's important for all of us to know. Yeah. Okay. Our last one is Jen. She would like to know what's in store for her, April 19th, 1950.
Okay.
Birthday coming up next month for you, Jen. There you go. Hello, Leonila Romero. It's nice to see you. Thank you for being here. We're almost done this evening, but we appreciate you coming in.
You are another, very talented 29/11.
Ooh,
you're having a 22/4, a master number, like for the year. So that's a little bit different nuance. What it is that it's still chop wood, carry water, and tie up loose ends, but it's on a grand scale. It's like clearing your house out, and organizing this and that, all that stuff, because it's all about what you've accumulated, and now you got to let go of it. And this year is the year to do it. I don't want to scare anybody at all, because you can do whatever you want. But this is, when I say that this is the year, you're going to have the wind at your back. You're going to have the answers available to you without waiting, that kind of stuff in this type of year. So start, and then the momentum will take you away.
That's right. And if you're excited for the possibilities, then you're already knowing that you got to take care of things. So there you go. I have passion and pleasure. Savor every bit of your life. It's just, look at this. She's dancing around the fire. She's just enjoying it. Yeah, she's enjoying it. And the dance of life. So that's
Love that.
wonderful. Very much so. Thank you, everybody, for being with Deborah
Thank
and I
you.
today. And we'll be back next time. Deborah will be streaming next time, and I'll be simulcasting, and we'll let you know a few days ahead. All right?
Yep,
Take care, everybody.
absolutely. Love
Thanks,
ya.
Deborah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for having me.